Hi, I'm Jim with the Works RL channel, and this is my 2014 John Deere X300. It's got a 42-inch mower deck on it, and in this video, I'm taking that mower deck off. I'm taking the blades off, sharpening the blades, and I'm also just cleaning the entire bottom side of the mower deck. Ignition obviously turned off, the keys removed. Ideally, you probably should pull the battery and the spark plugs, just to be doubly sure. There's no way it could ever start up while you're doing it, just as a safety precaution. Make sure it's not hot, because there are a lot of components on here that can get really warm. So I like to make sure it's nice and cool before I work on it. Make sure you work safely. You should wear gloves and safety glasses and earplugs. Now you're supposed to use a 3/8 inch ratchet to get the tension off the belt underneath that John Deere X300 for the mower deck. And I actually like using a 1/2 inch ratchet with a 1/2 inch to 3/8 adapter. There's a hole that's 3/8 on that lever bar to give you the ability to take the tension off. There's a spring on that bar, and then it lets you remove the belt from the sheath that's underneath the mower engine that drives the drive belt for the mower deck. So I just like the added leverage that a 1/2 inch wrench gives. A 3/8 is a little shorter, and I just can't seem to get the leverage I need because that spring is pretty tight under there. So let's go see if this will work out. So as you see, we're going to come up under on the left side of the mower. As we're coming in on the deck, the goal is to be able to get the tension off this belt so you can pull it off this sheath that's coming down here. So what we're going to do is try to move this. There's a bar right here, and there's a hole in the top that you need to put your socket wrench down into. Just the shaft of the socket wrench that you would normally put a socket on. You don't put a socket on, you just put the shaft directly into the square hole here, and then you're going to have the leverage to pull back on this lever, which takes the tension off that spring, which lets you then pull the belt off. We'll see. I always have a little troubles with this and mess around with it because it's not real easy to get in here. I'm holding the camera as well, so that's not helping matters, but trying to give you an vantage point. I'm going to put you down up here in the front. See, because of these arms, you can't really get this where you want it to be. Alright, so you'll see now, watch. See, if I go like this, but now that bar is interfering, so that's why you need the ratchet, so you can try to get some leverage like this. I'm pulling back on that lever. You do have to be careful with your fingers because it's under a lot of tension, so I'm just holding it. So now the belt is loose, and I can pull it off, and then I can gently pull that back. And it's like I said, that goes quite a ways, so there it goes all the way back there. And I say if you let it go, you really kind of hurt your fingers, so you do have to be a bit careful. I'm lifting up on the deck to take the pressure off. You do have to be careful you don't pinch your fingers here, so I'm going to lift up on the deck a bit, because it can be heavy to remove that pin. And you got to watch your fingers here. Even having a block of wood under there would help. I've done that before. You just have a block of wood to just take that pressure off. Next thing we need to do is we need to release the front of the mower deck from that. So I'm just sliding it forward. As you can see, this just floats. Now we need to get these arms out of the way, so we're just going to use the lift pedal to lift these arms up. So I've got this lock, so I'm going to pull back on it, take the pressure off, just release that. We're going to push on the pedal to raise the arms. I'll lock the pedal up so it can't fall. Now I'm just going to slide the deck out. We want to make sure we don't operate the tractor like that, because that front arm, as you can see, the drag arm, it is on the ground. So if you want to operate without that, there's another set of instructions to make sure that the draft arms that hold the deck are properly secured all the way up and won't drop, as well as that front pull arm. You got to get that out of the way if you want to operate it without the mower deck. For now, I just want to get the blades off and get them sharpened, clean the bottom of the mower deck, get it back on. So I don't plan on operating it, so I'm going to just let it be as it is. But again, just fair warning, do not use the tractor until you go through an extra set of steps to secure the draft arms if you do want to use it without the mower deck. Well, I just found something that's why you should take the deck off and periodically look at your belt. Doesn't surprise me, that belt's 10 years old. Take a look at this. Right there. Yep, that belt's got to get replaced. It's no wonder, it's done its job for 10 years. So that is my fault for not taking this off and inspecting that sooner. Look at that. Alright. Gotta get a new belt. this has got the mulching kit in it. This is a mulching plug. It's got some wing nuts that I need to remove to take this out, make it easier to clean. It is nice having a vise like this. It's really good American-made Yost vise I've had for a long time. I stand up on a stool just so I can get a little better leverage, and I just basically just try to keep the same angle and just give it a little bit of a sheen. Take off some of the burrs and balance them. I throw them on a peg. I'm certainly, if they were way out of balance, it could cause problems, but you know, for the little bit I'm taking off, I don't sweat it. But again, read your manuals, read your instructions, take it to a professional sharpener. That's the right way to go. You should also wear gloves. Here's one I've already sharpened. You see, I still even have some of the original grooving and score marks that you see from the factory. So I'm just taking and giving it a little fresher edge. I just find that's all that's necessary. I power washed the John Deere 42-inch mower deck, but as you can see, it's still pretty dirty. It needs degreaser or dirt cleaner on there. So I'm going to try this WD-40 Specialist Industrial Strength Degreaser. It's been around for a number of years. And one thing you got to be careful of is look what happened. See how the belt came off that sheave for the spindle? So you got to check the belt afterwards. When you take the tension off, you got to be careful that the belts maybe didn't get misplaced in the process. It's cooking out here on this black asphalt. I'm sweating, getting tired just because it's just hot. You can make mistakes. I'm going to double check my work before I actually use this thing, and that's where mistakes can really cause some damage and maybe even be dangerous. So I'm going to double check that belt's routed right, and I'll take the tension off and reroute that belt around the sheave of the spindle in that mower. So in this case, I got to take that off because I cannot get enough slack to get this back on there. What a pain. Yeah, I got to take that cover off. Well, as you can see, I did make a mistake by putting that belt shield on too soon. I should have left that off to the very, very last. Once I took that off, I was able to get the belt around that sheave, remove the tension from the belt, and get the belt back onto the engine sheave, and then I finally put the belt shield on. So it's all worked out. Actually, with those nice sharp blades, it's amazing how well the machine cuts with nice sharp blades, and it really does make a big difference. And also just coating the bottom with that WD-40, it really does work for a while. It keeps a lot of the caked on grass from sticking to the bottom of the mower deck, but at some point you generally have to pull that deck off and just do a nice clean power washing on it. It also helps too if you do the washout using the built-in washout with a hose after every mow. I'm guilty of not doing that every time. Often when I'm mowing the lawn, I'm either trying to beat the weather if there's rain coming, or maybe I'm just short on time and I just have to get the lawn done. Ride it hard and put it away wet, as they would say with the old horse times. I hope this was helpful and gives you an idea of what's involved, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.